Hi, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home, and although I don't normally do this, I am really excited by these kits, so I really wanted to show you all the different things that can be done with them. So this is from Design Bundles and it's Gingerbread House. I'm just going to show you the file because you actually get 4. So you get 4 layered gingerbread files, and I love them all. But I've chosen 2 to do, so I'm doing number 2 and number 4, just so that I can show you. And with number 2, I'm going to be making a card and a tag that matches, and then with number 4, we're going to make a box. So this is such a good kit, and it didn't cost me a lot. If you come over to Design Bundles, I'm on the wrong page. I'll tell you what I'll do. If I go into my purchases, then we can see exactly how much it is once I find it. It's not that I purchase a lot. There we go. So $5 is probably about $3.80 or something like that. It's not a lot, and there's 9 layers to each one. So if I go into 2, I'll just quickly show you. You can see, well, I mean, I guess that's the best picture. Bring it up, and it just shows you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 layers. So you don't have to use them all. It's just that each layer, if I go back here, each layer has a little part to it. So the red layer, although it's a whole layer, it's only little bits. So if you really wanted to, you could cut it all out in white and colour where you need the shading on each piece. I'm just going to cut it all out in the colours that it is. So on this one, what I've done, I've coloured them all, because as you bring them on, they come on all black. So I've coloured them all so that you could see which colour is which. So if you wanted to screenshot that so that you can see the layers, or you've got the picture on the file. If you go to buy the file, I can't give you the file because it's not mine, but I'll leave the link below if you want to get it. It's not a lot of money, and you can do so much with it, like I said. So this one, I'm making a shaped card. So I've cut out 2 of these, and I will stick them at the top. I will put a score mark and stick them together at the top, but I'll show you afterwards. And then you'll see that there are layers for every colour. I'm going to cut them all out just so that you can see it, but you don't necessarily have to. This one is, if I remember rightly, also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that one's 8 layers. Red being the bottom for that one. There's a lot of white in this one as well, which is pretty good. And this one I'm going to do a box. So this one I sized down. I put them all on there in their layers. I bought all layers on. So if you go into it, you see I've got the Gingerbread House bundle, and I've clicked on all layers. And then that brings up every layer, although it all comes up in black. Actually, look, if I just do it, it comes up like that. Don't panic. That is how it comes on. So all you've got to do is go through the layers and colour them the colours you want them. I'm just going to back up because I've already done all that. So that is what you end up with, and then you just want to do them colour by colour, cutting them out. So it does take a while, but I think it's worth it. I put these all together. Make sure they're back together, and then I'd put them so that they would fit a 6x6 envelope. So I made them so that they were just under the height of 6 there, and then I cut every layer out. Now for the tags, I've written this down so I don't forget it. I used 1, 7 and 9. So 1 is obviously the top layer. This one. 9 is white. And 7 was brown. So all I've done for the tag is taken a few colours. I don't think it needs everything, the tag. And I think if you try and do all the layers on the tag, it will be too much. Might be nice with the red as well. Should we try it? Let's try. Because then you get the candy canes and things. Could just colour it though. I think I'll stick to 3 colours on the tag, and then that one you put down, you know, whatever size you want really, but I was thinking of about 4. You can go less than that, and if you really want to, you could get the white one, turn it round and draw a sentiment on the back. It is the same both sides, but you just want to make sure that the sentiment can be seen on the other side when you stick it together. So whatever sentiment you want to write, you can do that. You could do it less than 4, to be honest. I'm thinking of like a big tag. So let's go. I don't want to go too small and make it so that it's hard to cut. Okay, so let's go 3. And then on the white one, I'm going to do a sentiment so that that's already written on the back nice and neatly. So that's the card. We're going to do with, don't forget, if you want to do it the same way I am, I've got the white down here. So the white from the card, you want to cut 2 out. And then the rest is just one of everything. You don't have to go with the same colours. I've tried to go as near the same colours. I had a big picture up, so I tried to do close. It's not exactly the same, but you know, it's almost there. So you cut all them out, and then with this one, I want to do, looks like that's come apart a bit. That's me keep playing with it. I want to do a box, and again I want to do it so that it's, I want this about 5 3/4, and then I'm going to do the box about 5 1/2, 5 1/4. Let's actually, I'll tell you what, let's make it easy. Let's do a box at 5 inches. So what I'll do, if I just send it all over there for a minute, for those of you that don't know how to do a box, we can do it the easy way, which is just, what did I say, 5 inches. Let's make a 5-inch box, but we want it 5 inches deep as well. So the easiest thing for that is if you cut out 5 squares at 5 inches, and then we can put some tabs on. If we, where's my tab? There it is. Those of you that know me will know that I do like using these tabs. If we do 1 square with no tabs, and then we want 4 squares with just 1 tab on each. We want that width at 5. And then we want, well, let's just do it manually. We'll bring the height down a bit because we don't need it that big. So then what we do, just to make sure it's even, is go through the middle. So this bottom one here, and then we know it's even, and weld. And then this is the path tool, and all we're going to do, click down, hold shift, and then fall straight down and double click and change it to the 3rd line. Well, for me it's the 3rd line down, because it doesn't I find that these ones risk breaking up, even this one. So I always go for this one because although there's a score line there, they're far enough apart that it really does work like a score line rather than ripping the card like a perforation line. So group that, and that's Control G on your keypad, or layer group up there. So you want 4 of them and one that's just a square, 5 inches. I'm going to do it in craft card because I think it will go nice in craft card with the gingerbread house. And yeah, cut it all out and I will see you over at the craft table.
Okay, I'm at the craft desk and I've got a couple of things ready. So first of all, I've already put together, you have to excuse my fingers, I've been messy crafting. I've already put together the tag. Now I did have a bit of trouble, let me see if I can, with the tiny little window here. Can you see? I managed to stick it down, but it is quite messy. But I've written on the back, fine, and it's come out perfectly, I think. But that's doing it at 3 inches. So maybe if you did do it a little bit more, it might be all right. Or thinner card, because I did use quite thick card as well. So anyway, that's the tag. And then one thing I did forget to say is put yourself a ring and weld it to the top of the white piece so that you can thread a ribbon through. And I forgot to tell you that bit. You can do it before you send it over from canvas. Just do a ring and then weld it. That's the easiest way to do it. So I did already put these layers together. This is the card, and I've used, I think the card I used was all a bit too thick because it is solid. But I'm still fairly happy with it. What I did leave was the back of the card, just so that you can see how easily it comes together. So all I was trying to tell you is if you get a scoreboard, rather than putting the score, you can put the score in before you cut if it's easier for you. But rather than going through all that, if you just get, I mean this is the Crafter's Companion one, but you know, any scoreboard, anything where you can make a line, you can even use your trimmers. Use the middle of the line there and still use one of these. And all we're going to do is just go near the top. I'm going to come 1/2 inch because I think that's about the right place. You can go a bit less than that if you'd rather. Can't find the, because it's on a curve, it's not behaving. There we go. Because all we're going to do, just put that out the way, is put glue there and add this to the back of the card. So line it up with the back of the card. And then there's your card with a gingerbread house on. I used 300 weight. Wait for it to dry, obviously. I just wanted to be able to show you. So then, we'll leave that to dry for a little bit. So the box. What I've done differently here, just so that I could show you a different way of doing it, is I've cut it all out in white card and coloured it. I just wanted to see what the difference would be. So it's all been coloured. 4 parts of it are white anyway. That's part of the box. So you see, like the red, rather than using a whole piece of red card, I've just coloured where the next piece is going on top, and I've done that for, there's 4 different colours, and as you can see, that one and that one, and the rest are all white, so it's a bit easier with this one. Also you have to do the windows that add on and put the layers together, so I have done that as it says. So every piece you cut out, you've got to keep the windows that come out of the middle of it. Well, actually it's a door panel, it's not the windows. So then all you've got to do is stick it all together. So we're going to do a box with this, but we'll put the layers together first. I didn't pre-stick this because I wanted you all to see that I've like coloured it. I used alcohol inks, Spectrum Noir alcohol inks. But obviously you can use anything. You can use paints and glitters and do it a rainbow house. I was thinking about maybe doing like a Hansel and Gretel type one as well. So your options here, and you've got 4 styles of house as well, so I've just done 2 of the 4. And all I've done is a tag, a card and a box. I mean, there's so much more you can do with this. But for this one, I just needed 2 12 by 12 sheets of white, and then colour in. And don't forget, colour in, I mean, you can do watercolours, you can do acrylic paints. Okay, it looks a little bit messy right now where the glue's drying, but the glue will dry clear, so that should be fine. So there's the difference between using card and then using just white card with colour in. And I just used the alcohol inks because they don't usually show the brush marks, so we're usually alright using them. So there's the difference. Now with this we was going to make a box. So I've got all the bits cut out. Can't find my wipes. Let me just clear up and I'll be back. Okay. So I've cut an extra piece out of this, and I've done it in white because the bases of the house is white. And that's why I ended up cutting the box out in white as well. I've got this lovely paper already cut to size from one of my the Works mats. It's a Christmas one, but the only mistake I made, which these are for, is that I forgot to put bits on the side. I knew there was a reason I was cutting it bigger, but I forgot all about it. So anyway, we need a square in the middle, and then all we're going to do is we've got 4 panels, we're going to cut each side. Okay, so this one gives it added strength and hides all the mess. Now, because I didn't leave an extra bit on the side to glue them together, I cut it off before I realised what I was doing. I'm going to be doing it with the corners like this and then trimming them down. So it's a bit easier like that. And then all we need to do is add the gingerbread house to the front, the back bit to the back, and then it's up to you if you change it from white or I was considering doing it in the same paper that I'm going to cover all these squares in now. And I'm just going to do it quickly. I only need 2 because 2 of them are being taken by the gingerbread house. But I thought the wood effect might go quite nicely with it. So I've done it just a 1/4 inch smaller. Oh, I've only got 3. I've lost one along the way. Never mind. So all we're going to do is attach them to one end. So that they are along the straight edge. If you forget to do this, this is the easiest way to make up for your mistake. Okay, so you should do that along all 4 sides, but for some reason I've lost one of my sides. Doesn't matter. I will do the others. Okay, so then on the white pieces is where you're going to stick your gingerbread house, like that. like I said, we'll pretend that one's together, because the next thing we have to do, we want a lid. So what I done, this is it's the short side of an A4 card, so 8¼ inches, and I scored it so that there's a 2-inch flap for the front, and this bit can go in here and go over there, and I got the bits for that as well. Obviously, if you do it on the scan and cut, you can make it perfect. So what I done it a bit wider in case you wanted any bits going over, but if you do that, then it's going to affect the houses, or tucking in. So if you just do a tiny little cut each side, so that you can have a bit that tucks in, and that way we then need to trim this down just a little bit more. So that that will stick in the back. There we go, a little tiny bit more. So you'd stick that inside the back. I'm going to do it that way round because that side's not stuck for me. And then you would have your lid where you can attach a Velcro dot or magnets or whatever on the other side. Let me see if I can just score this with my bone folder. I can't find my big one. So this is going to be like a bit of a hash job because I forgot to score it. So if I just give it a quick score. And then I can tidy it up later after I've shown you roughly what to do. So all I'm doing so that it tucks in and then does up there with the Velcro dot or whatever, and there's your little box. So then I think that might look better cut in the brown. Actually, I did keep some in case I wanted to. I think it was a mistake to do it in white because the rest of it's brown. So there we go, there is your I need to trim them up. And there's your little gingerbread house in a box. Like I said, I'd probably cut the back, yeah, definitely. So I'll redo that in the brown and attach my thing. And then it's up to you what else you add to it, candy canes or whatever. But there is 3 ways you could put the tag on there. I've used the 2 different gingerbread houses, but if you was using the same, you could do card, matching box, matching tag, and there we go. different ways of using the gingerbread house, and I tell you what, for the money it was, I really do think it's worth it. So I will leave a link at the bottom if any of you want to go and try it out. It's already there set for you. I preferred colouring. I don't know what looks better, but I preferred doing the colouring, and it's a lot less waste of paper as well. I done it to fit a 6x6 card, and I done that 6x6 as well. So again, you can resize it. You can do whatever size box you like. It doesn't have to be a square box. You can do it 5x10 or, you know, 3x2, whatever. That's the best thing about it, is that you can style it however you want. Size it even, I do apologise. So I hope you have fun with it. I just wanted to show you a few ideas what you could do with it. And Merry Christmas. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.